The truth is, you rather the girlfriend get treated like ish because the chances of her taking your spot, which is so sick in your head, is slim. Because then he's going to always come for you. You're going to always be number one. But the moment that you have a son who is fully providing and showing up for his wife and protecting her and respecting her, you will have an issue with that because you are no longer the HBIC. And that's crazy to me. Hey, ladies and gents. My name is Miss Brownstone and I am your host. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about Black women thinking that their sons are their men. Okay? And just before we go into the topic, I know that it has been a trend through the past years to drag Black women, but I'm going to let you know, honey, that ain't my case. I'm just speaking of what I see in my community. Okay? So I was on Instagram the other day and this video popped up and we're going to put it on the screen because, ooh, baby, it was crazy. Okay. So this video popped up from Love After Lockup. I don't know who these characters are. I did not follow the story because I don't watch ish like that. Okay. I got to be careful what I let into my temple, as in me here. Okay. My temple. All right. You know, the eyes, the ears, all the way to your temple. Okay. So I'll be careful what I watch. But I did see this online. Let me get the clip up here. And I said, let's talk about it. Okay. So here's the video. Ooh. Not the mama on the floor.
You don't give a about nobody, ho. Yeah, get a job, bitch.
It is over.
She told her to get a job.
It's over.
You can have her. Be with her forever. You teeny, you bitch.
Why did you come back and get her face like that? Why?
Man, you can blame me. I don't care. Take me
You
home.
ain't blaming. Hey,
Your mama got attitude for what? For what?
Now, from just this clip, is two things I want to address. Yes, she did grab the mama throat first. When the girl jumped up, when the mama jumped up and was yelling like, ah, in her face, the girl said, bitch. She grabbed her by her throat like, bitch, what you talking to? Some people gonna say she was in the wrong because she shouldn't have put his hands on his mother. Honey, let me tell you something. I would beat a old at real quick, okay? I don't care. I don't care. If you jump up, okay? If you jump up, you might leave looking busted up. But yeah, if you jump up at me, honey, you gonna get your beat, okay? And you better be able to keep up since you're old. Because I'm telling you right now, I just demand respect. And, you know, my dad like to say I come from that generation where they don't respect elders. You know what I mean? But it ain't even that. It's like, you ain't going to talk to me like you're crazy. Point blank period. You ain't going to talk to me like you're crazy. My mother used to say this thing about like, you know, those are fighting words. You know what I mean? There's such thing as fighting words and fighting action. If you jump up in my face, ho, I'ma treat you like a off the street, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I'm not. I'm sorry. So you could be 19, 20, 21, 25, 60, 50, 72, bitch. You could get these hands. Point blank period. Point blank period. But so that's the part I want to address, because it's like she jumped up in her face. She got to defend herself, and that's the thing. We can't say, oh, that's his mom. We're giving them excuses to be disrespectful and toxic. Same thing go for family members. You know what I mean? If your family member jumps up in your face or becomes disrespectful, you cannot sit up there and say, oh, but that's your aunt. Oh, but that's your mom. Oh, but that's your father. Because now you're telling me I have to tolerate their behavior because they are someone in my life. No, 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 no. Because if they were my father or my mother or my aunt, uncle, or auntie or grandmama, if it got to get there, they would treat me as such, which means they would treat me with respect, and they would talk to me as if I am whatever part of family member I am for them, and I am a human being. But since you want to be disrespectful, you gonna get these disrespectful hands. Okay. So I don't think she was wrong for putting hands on his mother. And I'm a firm believer that if you let somebody do it once, they're gonna think they could constantly do it. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's been watching this show, because I have a homegirl that's been watching it, and I asked a couple questions because I just can't watch it. That and baddies. Those two things, the things that I just cannot watch, okay? But my homegirl who's been watching it told me that the mom was always being disrespectful. The mom was always throwing shade. The mom had a problem with her. And the video starts off by her saying, like, do you got a problem with me? So, hey. Okay. Now, the other part I wanted to address is when the son comes in, he breaks it up. The mom gets off the floor. She walks away. She makes a comment saying, you could have her. Hold on. What do you mean you could have her then and be with her as if that was your man? And this is my problem with black women. Because your son is not your man. Yes, we about to get into some things today, honey. Your son is not your man, Miss Ma'am. Get your own man. And apparently the whole argument was about money, because the girlfriend said to get her to the mom to get her a job. I seen another clip when the mom was like, oh, she's a bum, without my son she wouldn't be able to take care of herself. So we arguing about money. When your son becomes an adult, and even when he's not an adult, it's not your son's job to provide for you. Point blank period. He is supposed to go out and find his own family, find his wife, and provide for his wife and his children, not you. Now, guaranteed, if you need help, Miss Ma'am, okay, Miss Mamas, he is supposed to help you if he can. But he has his own family, and his family is what comes first. Point blank period. They be all like, I done heard moms say to their sons, oh, my son is supposed to protect me. My son is my 401k. Your son ain't supposed to protect you. You his mother. What do you mean? What do you mean your son is your 401k? You ain't got a 401k and a pension, hoe? Ain't you the adult here? Girl. Now you know. Now you know you ain't right. Now you know that ain't right, okay? I have seen some crazy things. With being a black woman and dating black men, I have seen some crazy things. I have seen black moms. And at first, I thought it was just American moms. But it ain't. Because I done been around Caribbean mothers, too. Okay? Black in all shades of form do this. Especially if they don't have their own man. They are overprotective of their son as if their son is not a grown-ass man and can make decisions for himself. If he chooses to talk to Mokisha, that's who he chooses to talk to. And he got to learn the hard way. You cannot hold his hand. He is not a child. Okay? That's one. You're inserting yourself in this business where you don't need to be inserted in. Okay? Learn your place, Miss Ma'am. Learn your place. Two, what also gets me is the fact that they get upset that they can't reach their son as much as they used to, or their son don't stop and do whatever they're doing for their wife or their child for them. They start to become in this sick competition with their son's girlfriend or fiance or whatever, and it's like, what? In the video, she was saying, I want my son back. And she fought this girl as if she was fighting over a man. You know, like, it was a little, that video was a little crazy for me. Okay. I even seen moms who take pictures with their sons as if it's their man. This mom had their son holding him from behind, her son holding him from behind. She was sitting on her son's lap. She had a booty against her son in some pictures. And I was just like, Miss Man, where's your man? Where's your man? That's inappropriate. I done seen women dance up on their sons like that's their man. I mean, like, bumping, grinding on them, throwing it back. Talking about, I'm trying to teach him how he could handle a woman when he get old. No, you're a foul. That's what you are. That's what it's giving. Okay. And I think there's nothing wrong with showing your son how a woman wants to be treated, right? But at some point, you have to understand that you are his mother. You are there to protect him. You are there to provide for him as a mom to a child, give nurturing. But at some point, he has to leave the nest, right? Black women treat their daughters effed up. Your daughter get pregnant, you kick her out. She got to figure it out on her own. You treat your daughter like she a little nigga. Versus your son, you baby him, you cooking meals for him. He's in your house playing video games at 35. He hasn't found a job. You so sweet and nice and soft on him. But your daughter, you tough on her because you want her to know how to be independent and not need or want a man, because sometimes these men won't come through for them. This is the logic that y'all teaching out here in the world. But you teaching your son how to be codependent on a woman. As if your son don't get out into the real world and get his own things and become a grown man, he's going to find a woman, move in with this woman, be dependent on this woman. The woman going to be taking care of them. And then when the woman gets upset about your dirty son kicking his feet up on her couch and not taking care of himself, and she's been providing, she gonna kick him out. And now your son is homeless, going back to his mama house because you never showed him or taught him any real skills on how to be a man and survive in this world. Does that make sense? Like, what's not clicking, Steven? It don't add up to me. I mean, if 2 + 2 is 4, this conclusion be giving me 6. And just put in the comments if you get what I'm saying, because I don't understand what's going on out here in this world. And that's exactly why we got the whole switching agendas. Men are more feminine and women are the new niggas. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Welcome to the black community. Welcome to the black community where black women raise their sons to be dependent, to be codependent, okay? And they raise their daughters to be little niggas and be independent and not need a nigga for nothing. Welcome to the black community. Ciao, bye. So yeah, I really don't even think that it's because they don't have a man. It has to be because they don't have a man, so they don't want to give up their son. And it's sickening. And not in a good way. It's really not. It's really sad. Isn't the goal for him to go out and start his own family? Isn't it? I mean, if I'm mistaken, somebody let me know. Is that not the goal? I mean, in what sick world do you be in competition with your son's girlfriend? In what sick world? But and I want to know why. Have you experienced this? Have you experienced where the mom just didn't like you because she just didn't want you to take her son away because she couldn't go out and get her own man? Have you experienced that? I have experienced some crazy stuff. Like, I have experienced one time, mini story time. I was dating a guy, and I was at his grandmother's house, and me and him had a little disagreement because he did something I didn't like, and when we were talking, he just disappeared. And I was like, where you was at, So we ended up getting into this conversation, this argument in front of his grandmother, which we had no business doing. The conversation should not have happened in front of her at all, right? But it happened, okay? And when the conversation happened, I was like, well, what was you doing? Like, where you was at? Because you saying you was home, but you ain't pick up the phone, X, Y, and Z, da-da-da. We going back and forth, right, at the grandmother house. And the grandmother come out and says, he was home. And I said, how you know he was home? You was here with me. How you know he was home? He was home. If he said he was home, he was home. Miss ma'am. But that's not even the part that took me, because it's like, all right, you gonna have your grandson back, whatever. You get what I'm saying? But what took me, okay, took me out. Bitch, dead. Okay? What took me out was when I said to him, well, what was you doing? Because, you know, just what you telling me is not adding up. You said you was doing this, but then it seemed like you was doing this. And I mean, like, what was you doing? She came out and said, you don't got to explain yourself to her. You don't got to explain yourself to her. I said, yes, he do. Yes, he do. If it ain't me, then who? If you in a relationship with me, or if you want to date me and you do something that I don't like, or I feel as though, you know, we're arguing about it, it can put our relationship at jeopardy. You know, I need reassurance. I need to know if you're telling the truth. You do have to explain yourself to me. And we do need to have a conversation about it. Because if the shoe's on the other foot and I did something that you did not like or did not sit right in your soul, you want me to explain myself to you. So yes, he does have to explain himself to me. And I said that to the grandmother. And the grandmother said, who you think you are? You think you special? You ain't special. Bitch, what? And that comes in with a situation where a black woman does not want to hold their grandson, or a black woman don't want to hold their son accountable. These women will see their son doing some effed up stuff, you know, and won't tell them, hey, you want pop? That ain't how you treat a nah, you don't say that, but like, hey, that ain't how you treat a woman. Like, why you doing it like that? You know, BG. You know what I mean? I've seen women who, you know, protect their sons so much, off the topic of them treating them like their sons, but I mean they're men. But I see them protect their sons so much that me and their son could be in a relationship, and I'm at the house, I leave, and another chick pull up right after, and she knows this is going on. And she don't say nothing. And guarantee you ain't gonna tell me because your loyalty don't lie with me. But when do you call your son out and you say, hey, look, what you doing is foul? Because that's the kind of mother I'm gonna be. What you doing is foul. All right? And if you gonna do that, ain't no multiple chicks gonna be running in and out of my house. Get your own shit, nigga. You know what I mean? Ain't chicks gonna be running in and out of my house. We ain't doing that. Okay? So who the main one? The main one could be in here. But all that, I don't run a whole house. You know what I mean? Like, check that. Tell your son what he doing is foul. Hold him accountable. Like, we don't do that. So we let them think that being a man, or their identity of a man and masculinity, is sleeping with everybody and messing with everybody and just giving it around like it's free cheese. Okay, community PP. And that is not what really makes you a man at all. It's not. And it's not cute. It's nasty. And when your son catch something, you're going to be mad, Miss Ma'am. You're going to be upset, okay? But yeah, that's the thing black women got to start doing. Holding your sons accountable and not going along with the foolishness. I seen this Spanish mom the other day on, I seen her on TikTok and YouTube. And her sons play a prank on her. You know, one son played a prank that he was, you know, cheating on his girl or whatever. And he was on the phone with his side chick. And the mom came from behind the car and grabbed him by his throat. And was like, you cheating? And snapped on him. Like, you just leave her. You don't do that. And that's how black women should be to their sons. You get what I'm saying? And she's like that with her son because their community, she was Hispanic. She was a Hispanic or Mexican. They are about family. You get what I'm saying? They stick together. You know, so she's telling him like, no, you're here to build a family to lead on your legacy. If this ain't the one, get rid of her. Don't play with her and hurt her, because now you're going to make it hard for her to find somebody else, or make it hard for the next man that she want to love. And that's how you supposed to show up. Then there was another video of the same mom where the son and his girlfriend played a prank that the mom had, played a prank that the son had hit the girlfriend. This little fruit fly in here, I'm sorry, y'all. That the son had hit the girlfriend. When the mom heard the son hit the girlfriend, she jumped up and she started hitting her son. I did not raise you to be a woman beater. She's holding her son accountable. She is making it be known that's not how you treat a woman. Black women would never. Black women would never. Because the truth is, you rather the girlfriend get treated like ish, because the chances of her taking your spot, which is so sick in your head, is slim. Because then he's going to always come for you. You're going to always be number one. But the moment that you have a son who is fully providing and showing up for his wife and protecting her and respecting her, you will have an issue with that, because you are no longer the HBIC. And that's crazy to me. Crazy. We got to do better, black women. I mean, I'm going to say we because I'm black, but y'all. Because y'all the ones dropping the ball. Y'all the ones dropping the ball, okay? Y'all do. And that's why they say black men need to be in a household. Because, honey, men in general need to be in the household. Because this right here. So that was all I wanted to say. If anybody found this topic relatable, y'all know what y'all gotta do. Go in them comments and get the chit-chatting it up. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you've been here before. Give me your input. Give me something. Okay? But a bad attitude. Give me anything but a bad attitude. Okay? So yeah, as always, ladies and gents, keep it clatchy. And I look forward to hearing from you guys next time. Mwah.